My name is Bert Watts. I'm with the Hamilton County Facilities Department in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've been an employee there for a little over 9 years now. I oversee all of the Facilities Department construction projects that they manage, and also the in-house building trades division. 9 years, a lot of downsizing from the recession that we've all seen. A lot of increased task duties, that a lot of more responsibility on all of the employees there. A lot more the need for increasing the use of your resources, really determining what's important for the just everyday operation of the department, and trying to squeeze as much benefit out of those resources as possible. Part of that is using Archibus for tracking our budgeting, our accounting, our expenses, appropriations. We do capital planning to try to address all of the needs across the county for all of the different elected officials, all the different departments, all of the forecasted maintenance needs for replacing equipment, major building systems, put it on a schedule, forecast planning, putting all of that on a timeline to know what your cost and what your needs are for each of the independent facilities. We've also in that time put together a project management module in Web Central to, once those capital planning forecasted projects get approved, they get rolled into our project management module, where we can track the invoicing, change orders, the schedule of the project, the design, and those can, they have reports built into the module to where we can use that to provide to the county administration, county commissioners and such, to show how each project is performing, as well as the portfolio of projects that we can roll up in all of our reporting to provide to show how we're doing on all of our projects. The largest projects that we're currently undergoing at the county is we're wrapping up a $20 million performance contracting project. It totals about 10 different facilities. They were all implemented in 3 different phases. Basically, in 2009, the county was awarded a U.S. Department of Energy Efficient Block Grant for $2.5 million to implement energy conservation projects in all of the county buildings. In 2011, we advertised for a performance contracting company to come in and do investment grade audits in all of our facilities to identify energy saving opportunities in each one of those. They would also, in that, they would set a baseline period for energy usage. The performance contracting company would recommend certain projects for each one of those buildings to maximize the savings of energy within each one of those. They would also identify what the return on investment or the payback period would be for each one of those buildings. In most cases, in all 3 phases, it was a period of 15 years if all of the projects were implemented. So the county decided to, in 2012, to go ahead and approve the design, build, construction to put in place all of those energy conservation measures. So once we started the first phase, we knew that to monitor the guaranteed savings period of 15 years once construction was finished, we would need some sort of tracking tool to really show that we were realizing those savings, not just in cost, but also with usage, because costs can go up, down when it comes to energy usage. But really the usage themselves of the types of energy, kilowatt hours for electricity, gallons of water, therms for natural gas. We want to track those kind of things so we can really show that we are saving energy, not just cost, but also the actual energy. So one of the tools that we found was Web Central's Energy Management module, where we were able to customize some of those reports to include a baseline tracking tool in comparison to your actual usage on a monthly basis. But you can also pull up reports showing a multi-annual year monthly basis. So now I could go in and run a report that shows the baseline in comparison to actual usage from the beginning of the baseline period, which in phase one was 2010, and I can run a report that shows every month how the baseline compares to actual usage monthly all the way up until today's date. And it's kind of interesting to see that those first bars, the first comparison bars, actually match each other. And during the construction period, the consumption data actually is over the baseline data because a lot of the construction took place at night and while the areas were not occupied. And then now that we're 6 months into our guaranteed savings period, we can actually see some real results with what we're actually using versus that baseline period 5 years ago. So this is a long-term commitment. We really, being in the public eye, we really have to show that when you spend $20 million, you really have to show some benefits and to show that you are fiscally responsible with that kind of money. When you're talking that kind of money, sometimes it's hard to realize that you're going to be fiscally responsible with public dollars. But in the long term, with the size of the facilities that we oversee and the costs that there is there to just pay for utilities in these buildings, and some of them are correctional facilities that are occupied 24/7, the utility bills can get quite costly. But this is the way to show how we can really efficiently manage our buildings as a department, and this is more of a long-term commitment to make sure that the guaranteed savings performance contract vendor is living up to their commitments, as well as it's a benefit for us to show the public and the elected officials that things are, or that the money is really being physically spent efficiently, and we're saving as much as we can.